Thank you for allowing our country to have the freedom and opportunity to vote in a democratic and civil fashion. I would like to congratulate Miss Clinton on her winning of the President of the United States. What? Hillary Clinton didn't win. Donald Trump won. Donald Trump is the new president. Dear America, heads up world, this one's gonna sting. Donald Trump is your new boss.
Here she is!
Hey guys! I've been talking
So go check out healthcare.gov or call 1-800-318-2596 and someone will personally help you.
I love Mexican people.
We're all gonna die. I hate this year.
I am so scared for my life. I am so scared because the people who called me the N-word when I was in high school voted for this man. I am so afraid. How can you came here to say we are a community? We are Hofstra fucking University, people. We are going to stand for what is right. We are going to protect each other. We are going to love each other.
Look at me. Feel the anger inside of you.
If you voted for Donald Trump, you voted for people like me to be put in fucking camps like Auschwitz. You voted for that!
But know that even through all of it, I love you because you're a human being, because you deserve rights. I don't care if you don't think I do.
I am locked down to this car.
And why are you doing that?
Because I'm so bad at this. Do I have to do this?
Because you don't want them to move your car, right?
I'm
you want to stop Trump?
Yeah, I want to stop Trump. I want to shut down his protest. He doesn't have a place in this state. He doesn't have a place in the U.S. We don't want that.
Where's the key? Can you get out?
No, I don't have one. It's gone.
Whatever little I held back, I shouldn't have held it back. And we won't hold it back going forward. The era of politeness for the progressives is over.
But let me tell you something, Donald Trump is not my president, and he never will be my president, because I will never bow to a racist, xenophobic dictator. This is an incredibly important moment in history. If you've wondered, if I lived in Nazi Germany, would I be a Nazi? Or would I be in resistance against the Nazis? This is your time to figure out what kind of fucking person you are. If you support Donald Trump, you're a Nazi. Half of this country fucking hates your guts. This is the beginning. It is far from over. We've been letting people get away with being sexist, racist, pieces of shit. I'm done. Resist.
Are you freaking kidding me? You've got to be joking me. This is the equivalent of having the fucking Westboro Baptist Church as president. It's disgusting what has been done. Trump does not care about people. He does not care about anybody. This is just seriously just to put his mark on the world. That's it. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about minorities, Latinos, blacks, Hispanics, Asians. I can't believe you people. What is he going to do to make America rich? Is he going to give you a bunch of money? Is he going to invest in you? Are you going to be on The Apprentice and invest in him? Is that it? I don't know why fucking this got happened. It was dumb to think Clinton had a chance to win. But it's dumber that fucking people elected fucking Trump. I considered even leaving this country, seriously, going to grad school in some other country.
Trump is president. It's not good for America. You know how racist and just everyone was saying that racism is not here, racism died out, and you hear it now, like, see the video from the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm running. I really had. Woke up 3 o'clock this morning. Found out Trump was president. Haven't been to sleep since. So I'm mad tired.
White privilege is a myth.
It's a myth. Every race is susceptible to being rich or poor. It's a myth.
Oh, that's a myth. So there's been white people that have not. You're an American student, feminist, human against Trump.
I am.
What's your biggest problem with him?
Mostly everything. It's pretty hard to pinpoint it, but
I've noticed that's an issue with these people. Can you just give me one little maybe sentence he said that you disagree with, or one policy he's going to enact? So far your biggest beefs are that he described his daughter as attractive, and that his penis came up in a debate that you haven't seen.
not my biggest beefs, no.
Well, that's all we got. Well, you got a big one?
Yeah, he's racist, he's sexist. I haven't heard really any firm policy.
Well, we just keep hearing these terms, racist. What's a racist thing he said?
That he insinuating that Mexico is sending their rapists?
They are. 80% of the young girls who cross the border get raped. I thought you feminists hate rape.
I do.
So do you think 80% is a pretty bad stat for women getting raped? 80% of the women crossing the border get raped.
By Americans?
No, by illegals.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't thank me. I didn't rape anybody.
I didn't say you did, but you're coming and you're spinning everything that
I'm just trying to tell you basic information.
80%.
80% of young women who cross the border get raped.
What brought you here is because you wanted to see her get destroyed by Donald Trump tonight?
It's quite the opposite, actually. He's bullying her. He's terrible.
He's bullying her tonight, you think? Yeah. Oh, definitely not. She's been telling a lot of lies, and he hasn't even
How does it feel to be an Uncle Tom?
How does it feel to be an Uncle Tom? Don't get me started, buddy. You don't want to mess with me on that. Have you even read?
You're a race trainer.
Are you serious? Have you even read Harriet Beecher Stowe? Have you even read the book? He probably doesn't know who Uncle Tom even is.
When I said, and I stand by it, I said that race was a part, and there was a part, that alt-right part, that was a part of a white lash. And if you listen to the whole quote, you would agree with what I said. So I don't take that back.
I did listen. At the end, you said, what do I tell the kids? What I would tell your kids, I'm a black man in America who went to Yale, who's written books, who served a president, now has
I'm a ninth-generation American, ma'am, and I'm the first one in my family born with all my rights. I'm a ninth-generation American. And so we have not escaped because I went to Yale.
You should not be a racial polemicist. You should be a racial reconciler.
You should be ashamed of yourself to say that to me to my face. I've spent more time in this country.
Would I say it behind your back would be better?
Hold on a second. I spent more time than you have trying to be a racial reconciler in this country.
Really? How do you know that? Do you know anything about me?
Well, you apparently don't know anything about me.
Yes, I do know. Your daddy, your grandparents were teachers. Your grandfather was a bishop.
George, this is the problem that we have right now. It is in fact the case that there was a populist revolt in this country, both Sanders and Trump, but one of them was marbled through with this alt-right stuff. If someone like myself, who is married to a white woman, who has spent my entire life building bridges, can't point out the alt-right white lash reaction without being accused of being a racial polemicist, we're going to have a big problem.
And I would say, how do you have no sense of decency to say that to a man who's been a healer? Throughout a horrific, brutal campaign, he has spoken sanity to power. And to those who my deepest apology.
As a Latina woman, I tell you, I've heard it over and over again in my family. There's no way a woman can run the country. Really, when we're in a household, we are raising a large percentage of the country as single mothers. We have to budget money that we don't have. We have raised people that go get post-secondary educations. How is it that we cannot run a country?
Muslim parents that are afraid right now aren't afraid because these kids with these signs. They're afraid because he said over and over again that he wanted to ban people of their faith. That lands like a bomb in the lap.
Coming into the country.
Hold on a second. You want to explain to me why people who are scared shouldn't be afraid, and you want...
But for you to say internment camps...
Hey, I didn't say internment camps. People are afraid of that.
But you should correct that. You should correct that fear. That's not true. Donald Trump has never proposed internment camps. You don't need to lecture me on this stage. You have to correct that fear.
You guys won, and you need to back off. You need to have a little bit of empathy and understanding for people who are afraid, because your candidate has been one of the most explosively provocative candidates in the history of our country. And there's a price to be paid for that. And hold on a second.
Let him finish.
I am not finished. I'm not going to be talked over tonight. I'm not. You have people who are terrified. And you have to take some responsibility for it. I am not spreading the terror. I am trying to dampen it down. Let me finish my point. Listen.
If you don't have anything nice to say, then you shouldn't say anything at all. So Donald Trump needs to shut the fuck up.
Yo, listen up, Trump. We're sick of hearing your offensive words that are racist, sexist, homophobic,
and bullying bullshit.
So sit your ass down.
Have me call you out on it.
You call breastfeeding moms disgusting? Which is ignorant and rude as shit. It's a natural and loving act of a mother. Motherfucker.
Fucker.
Why?
Fuck colonialism! Fuck colonialism! Fuck genocide! Fuck slavery! That's what that stands for! Your ancestors were enslaved and that's what that stands for! Your ancestors were enslaved and that's what that stands for!
What, do you want to bring up ISIS? ISIS has nothing to do with Islam. ISIS has everything to do with the U.S. imperialism. Who created ISIS?
Motherfucker! You look like an Uncle Tom, motherfucker! Your ancestors were taken here and your ancestors were enslaved, you fucking idiot!
Well, that's about enough light for me for one day. Let me check the time. Yeah, it's about that time.
Hillary Clinton. I will be voting for Hillary Clinton. Politics are divisive. There's always two sides. I can have my opinion and there will always be an opposing one. This is about a megalomaniac who's driven by nothing but ego. A man who cares exactly zero. I'm voting for Hillary because, make no mistake, there is only one person that can defeat him. One person that can keep him away from power, and it is her.
You're not having a terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country.
It has to be a joke. I do not believe this is happening. I'm literally about to fucking kill myself and I'm not kidding. You better fucking fix this shit right now. I literally am gonna die. I need an ambulance.
Given the result, maybe I really am different and maybe a lot of people that I'm surrounded by think with open minds and open hearts like I do. And I do want to say that I've been very vocal for my support for everyone besides Donald Trump. Heavily supported Bernie, heavily supported Hillary. And I still think that in her lifetime she deserves to be the first female president. And that's what makes me so sad. Is that I just wish that she had that opportunity because she's fought for so long. And because I believe her when she says that she loves this country. This is all she's ever done. She's given her life to make it better. But like Donald Trump so ironically played, it said you can't always get what you want. And happy hippies, we adjust and we accept. And President Obama, Mr. Obama, I want to say thank you for everything you've done in these past years.
All of the people that said that my Trump was gonna lose. So I say to you this morning, the day after the election,
I have some feels to get off of my chest. I need to put it somewhere. The Trumpocalypse has arrived. Planned Parenthood will be target number 1. My LGBT family now lives under a vice president who literally believes in electrocuting the gay out of children.
No respect for women who voted for Trump, okay?
Yeah, me too.
I think so poorly of them, and the reason why is because, look, I don't think that you're a single issue voter. I just think you're dumb.
Okay? I think you're fucking dumb. When you vote for someone who openly treats women like second-class citizens, who talks about them as if they're nothing more than a piece of meat, who has been accused of sexually assaulting them, who has been caught on tape talking about groping them and grabbing them by the pussy.
As perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Kill me! Kill me! Kill me, motherfucker!
I talked to a top advisor to Bernie Sanders, asking him for his comment, and they said, we have nothing polite to say right now.
Lily, your sign tonight says...
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. If we don't fight, who's going to fight for us? People had to die for freedom where we're at today. We can't just do rallies. We have to fight back. There will be casualties on both sides. There will be, because people have to die to make a change in this world. But Trump, enough with your racism. Stop splitting families. Don't split my family.
And you're fearful that you're going to lose friends and relatives to deportation?
Yeah, a lot. Friends, family, even all races. Not just my Hispanic culture, but the rest of the races. Don't take away our rights.
I hear people either talking to them or overhearing them. Here's the sense that I got. Oh no, Trump's gonna win. They're not gonna vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm looking around at these folks thinking, really? Oh God, the establishment doesn't get it. Like, it's not that she's a woman, although that, by the way, Hillary screams, I am your standard politician. I'm the same politician you've seen all your life. And these folks don't look like they're in the mood for it.
It is time for this incredible woman to step into the role that she is meant to have. And we,
all of us, are gonna help her get there.
It hasn't really hit yet that Trump is going to be the president for the next 4 years. And I'm so fucking scared. Even if you don't like her, she's qualified. And we end up with Donald Trump.
With you, I don't respect women, specifically who voted for a man who is going to be on trial for sexually assaulting a child. A pedophile. Yeah. Like, let's talk about grown-ass women who, because what did Dave Chappelle say?
I think that charge just got dropped. I mean, I think she's not going to pursue it.
She's not going on trial for that.
Excuse my language, but fuck this. Donald Trump for president? Mr. Oh, I've never been bankrupt. Well, records just show you've been bankrupt so many times. Mister, I want to build wall on the Canadian Mexican burgers. Fuck you. Mr. I got approved by the North Korean president. That should raise red flags on what? What? Make America great again. Donald Trump's gonna fuck us over and over and over again. Make America great again. God. Trump is gonna fuck us over.
His family, him and his family, does not look like president material. His wife can't even speak English. Come on, man.
This evil man has decided to become president of the United States. I'm sorry, but this is so unfair. I'm an American citizen, but this makes me angry.
I know Hillary lost. I'm sorry.
Neil, I don't want to. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Oh, what do you mean he won? By how much? How much did he win? Come on, Tyler, you gotta let me know. Tell me.
213 to however much. She was down by like 60 points.
No, dude. No. It was supposed to be close.
Do you know how privileged you are to come to an event and insult the people at the event and not get the shit kicked out of you? Okay. You're surrounded by police protecting you.
If we were insulting people, we would have to go inside.
We're trying to preach love and togetherness and unity, and our tolerance doesn't need to reach over intolerance. That's all we're saying.
These are all platitudes that don't mean anything. You're here. You think those people are anti-love?
Yes. When they look at their neighbor that's Muslim or look at their neighbor that's Mexican, they hate them. They're fearful of them.
No, they're saying a disproportionate number of illegal aliens commit rape. 80% of the women crossing the border get raped. And when it comes to Islam, a good 1 in 4 thinks suicide bombing is sometimes or often justified.
Why doesn't the right love ISIS? ISIS kills Muslims. Why doesn't the right love ISIS?
Yeah, that's a point against you. If the right hates Muslims...
If the right hates Muslims and ISIS kills Muslims, you hate Muslims, so you love ISIS.
No, you're the one assuming that we hate Muslims.
He's preaching it then.
No, he's not.
Wait. If he wants a registry for any Muslim, what? Fuck you. You fucking fascist piece
I
of
voted
shit.
for Obama.
So?
Twice.
To the people that are actually... What?
He's on a computer. He's not on a TV.
I don't fucking care. People like you are a fucking cancer to society.
You know what? Wouldn't it be great if you could just kill all the Trump supporters? Would you like to do that?
Hug you.
Would you like to do that?
No, I want to fix them. I want to change their views.
And the first thing you do is tell them what? That Muslims are good people?
That everyone is a human being and they should be respected.
But isn't it possible that when you look at a group, some might have a disproportionate number that do a thing? Like, for example...
The rich people.
Okay, so it's okay to make stereotypes about rich people, but not Muslims.
Why? Because it's greed that made them rich. It's something that they actually stand for, and it's just straight greed. That makes them rich.
What about if you help sequence the genome and you make $100 million in biotech? Is that greed?
If you're not investing it into like charity, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if you make money curing cancer and you don't put the money immediately back into charity,
making a profit off of it, you're a capitalist scumbag.
You're a capitalist scumbag if you're curing cancer.
No, because you're doing it for a fucking profit.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff, LGBT.
We all are part of one big family. Gaming's happy. Queer Kid Stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff.
And today I just kind of want to talk about LGBT plus stuff and talking about that stuff with kids and like, is that an appropriate topic and all of that stuff.
Today we're going to learn about something called drag. Teddy, I've got a question for you.
Okay, Lindsay.
Do you ever play dress up with your friends?
All the time.
Great! Drag is kind of like dress up, but it's a very specific kind of dress up, and adults can do it too.
Dress up is my favorite, Lindsay.
This is my friend, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Can I ask you 2 questions before we start? What are your pronouns, and how do you identify?
I identify as male, and I use he, his pronouns. Drag is when you dress up as a gender that's not your own.
And it's usually really exaggerated.
What?
Exaggerated. That means it's over the top or not realistic. People usually use a ton of makeup and wear really awesome costumes when they're in drags.
You can't tell right now, but I'm actually a drag queen.
What?
Yeah, give me 1 second and I'll introduce you to Mr. Hi, Teddy. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi!
Mister.
Yeah, Teddy.
Lindsay told me you're a drag queen.
I am.
Mister, what are your pronouns and how do you identify?
Well, when I'm in drag, I like she as my pronoun. But honey, you can call me whatever you want.
So where the hell's your dog now?
T. T stands for trans or transgender.
Ooh, that's a cool new word.
Definitely, Teddy. Do you have any siblings, Teddy?
Yes.
And I have a little sister. Do you remember when your little baby bear brother was born?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember the very first thing you learned about the new baby bear in your life?
That he cried a lot?
You probably learned that your little baby bear brother was your little baby bear brother, that your new sibling was a boy. That's called a gender assignment, when doctors announce that babies are boys and girls.
But now I'm confused. When we talked about gender, we said that there aren't just boys and girls.
You have a really great memory, Teddy. You're right. There's something a bit weird about how doctors assign gender to babies. That's because there aren't only boys and girls, and because not all people identify with their assigned gender.
Oh, so the doctors are wrong sometimes?
Yes, Teddy. Sometimes doctors don't assign the right genders. When a person does not identify with the gender they're assigned when they're born, they are trans or transgender.
And I can always ask someone their pronoun, just like you taught me.
That's right, Teddy.
There is no God in your face. One dot, motherfucker.
Today, we're talking about religion. Now, religion is really different for everyone, especially queer people. Some people are religious and some people aren't, and that's totally okay.
That's right.
You can be super religious, you can be non-religious, or you can be somewhere in the middle. There's Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, paganism, Baha'i, indigenous religions. There are hundreds of different religions from lots of different cultures.
Wow!
Hi, Blair. Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, Blair.
Hey, Teddy.
Okay, what are your pronouns and how do you identify?
Thanks for asking, Teddy. Very considerate. My pronouns are she, her, and I identify as a Black, queer Muslim woman.
Oh, cool. What does Muslim mean?
Muslim refers to somebody who practices the religion of Islam.
That's one of the religions you talked about, Lindsay.
That's right, Teddy.
Well, being Muslim to me is a very important part of my identity and part of my life. I converted to Islam in 2015, which means I took the Shahada and basically said that I view Allah as God. And I spend 5 times a day praying. I fast during Ramadan. I give back to people who are less fortunate. And I think being a Muslim is a lot about doing service and being a good person.
I'm very happy that I was asked to speak today about education because I believe that education is one of the most important areas that Muslims have to address. And while our objective, our final objective, is not just to become part of the system that we experience now and that we see, our objective, our final objective, is to create our own Islamic systems, and not only create Islamic systems for Muslims, but to look at all the other people who are sharing this country with us as potential Muslims. And if we look at them as potential Muslims and feel that we have the obligation, which Allah has told us, to try to bring them into the same style of thinking, into the same way of behaving, into the same objectives that we have, then we have to have some way that we can communicate with them and some way we can work with them. And in that long-range process of making America Muslim, all of America Muslim, then we have to have some actual short-range goals. We have to have some way of dealing with them and know how we're going to deal with them and in which ways, and be very calculated about it, or else we will not accomplish our goals.
Well, I'm wearing a beret right now, but what I'm doing is observing hijab, or wearing a head covering.
What was that word again?
A hijab. So this is what a traditional hijab looks like, but it doesn't have to be just that. It can be a baseball hat, it can be anything.
Doesn't it get hot under there?
Yes, it does. But there's so many different ways to wear hijab. You can wear a baseball cap, like I said. You can wear nothing, because a hijab isn't just what you're wearing. Sometimes it's how you're behaving. So if you're a Muslim person, it means not catcalling. It means not treating people with disrespect. It means behaving in a way that is modest throughout your life, not just in what you're wearing. But the funny thing for me is whenever it's rainy or it's cold out and everyone puts something over their head, and I'm like, oh, look at all the Muslims.
Do you have to wear it all the time, even when you sleep?
Nope, not when I sleep and not when I shower. I think something really important about hijab is that it's a personal choice. It's a conversation that you're having with God, that you're having with yourself on a daily basis. So if I wake up in the morning and I don't want to wear a head covering, I don't do it. But if I do, then I want to wear it, you know? But sometimes when I go to sleep, I do wear a head covering called a bonnet, and that's something that a lot of black women wear to keep their hair in place. You know, being Muslim is a big part of my identity, so is being religious. And I'm also queer, black, and an activist.
Yeah, activist, just like us, Teddy.
Oh no! Oh my God!
You'll find some of the other kids saying, look, see, the monkey bars are a breeze. You watch the other kids swinging by with these, but you can't reach. You sit there thinking, that's no fair. There's nothing more I could have done to prepare for this challenge. Just need to be taller, and that's what privilege is. Could be money, could be that you're funny, could be that your world is always sunny, but you're lucky, and that's what privilege is. Your friends might think, what can I do to help you out when you are blue? And you tell them that you have an idea. You can build a brand new jungle gym, a safe place where everybody wins, 'cause everyone deserves a shot to be a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut. We can change what privilege is. We can make goals reachable. Being good is teachable, 'cause everyone deserves to see your dreams become in reality. We can change what privilege is.
No!